Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Exterminator Princess. I mean, what? Anyway, in this part, I believe we go on our fetch quest for evil, glowy bugs.
Why is
Exterminator
everything
wolf, not
brown?
princess.
Wow,
What?
Minna, you are dumb. You are very, very dumb.
I just love how she almost takes off your head with that.
Yeah, I also like how in not in Twilight Princess, in Hyrule Warriors for the Majora's Mask DLC, there were hidden costumes that you got for doing the DLC map, and everybody got a different mask from Majora's Mask for a costume, but Minna got that shield as a mask instead.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so you can
Oh
go.
no, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, a lot of the costumes in Hyrule Warriors are great.
That's
Although
hilarious.
Although the ones for Twilight Princess, Link, and Zelda, really all of the ones that drastically changed the outfit like that. So the Twilight Princess ones, the N64 ones, the Skyward Sword ones. On the Wii U version, there's this really weird visual thing where the eyes look really strange. It's so hard to describe, but it's like the eyes aren't connected to where they should be. So like when they go into magic, it looks like they're glowing from behind their eyes, and it's freaky looking.
That's
Yeah.
unsettling.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to explain without seeing a picture of it, but when I get to doing Hyrule Warriors for this channel 20 years from now, we'll see. I'll make sure to show it off then.
Yeah, 20th
Confirmed
anniversary.
way in advance.
No, you don't know how upset I am about that, because I recorded literally all of Hyrule Warriors and then like immediately after they announced the Switch version.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so
That's why we haven't gotten to it yet.
One of the strange things about the whole Twilight thing going on in this game is how digital everything is designed to look.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
with
is
like
kinda
the
strange.
black boxes that everything is, and like everything kind of bleeps and bloops away, and even the music kind of
Yeah,
sounds like
it's
that.
like,
Yeah.
Cthulhu monsters from the world of Tron.
That's
Okay.
not an inaccurate way to describe them.
Yeah, mostly.
I just think of dead pixels.
Oh, that's actually maybe they could be that, like literal dead pixels.
Dead
Floating
pixels
around.
in the fabric of reality. Okay.
So anyway,
horrifying.
the ability to do that while she's in her imp form, like just take like if you think about all the stuff that Minna's capable of doing, she can make her hand gigantic. She can teleport things in and out of space. She can make Link dash super fast and whatnot. Minna's probably the strongest character in the entire franchise, all things considered. Especially when you see what she can do later on in the game too. So like,
We're not counting Hyrule Warriors, right?
no, we're not even counting Hyrule Warriors. So
Okay.
my question here is, why do we need Link at all?
He has the Triforce. Part of it.
Because
It is something that it is something that you notice throughout this game entirely. Link is really more of a side character
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really
in
is.
this adventure. This story is really Midna's.
Honestly,
Yeah.
when I
More than
first
anything.
played this game, that was one thing that really irked me. I was like, Link, you're supposed to be cool and important, but you're not doing anything. You're literally just a glorified wolf horse.
the the unfortunate thing about the silent protagonist trope is that you really do need to have you really do need because the character needs to be kind of a blank slate that the player can project themselves on. A lot of writers are afraid, well, not afraid's not necessarily the word, reluctant to write anything specific into that character that might conflict with who or what the player is, which I should remind you is anything. So
I think unfortunately we need to either, as far as Link goes, we either need to start giving him a personality to get over the silent protagonist concept in general, or do a little bit more. Breath of the Wild did this very slightly, but you need to, if you wanted to actually let people project onto him, you need to give him customization options and more ways you can make him more
Yeah.
like how you want him.
ways to express your personality through the character, although that's more of a Western gaming kind of thing.
Yeah, I just feel that with
Yeah.
Link, we need to either decide on one or the other. You can't keep him
Can't
as
keep-
this kind of blank.
They're definitely trying to do both as of this point.
Yeah,
which
they're trying to have the
kinda
cake and eat
is
it too, and it
Yeah.
doesn't work.
halfway
The
working.
But what that necessitates in the story surrounding the character is stuff for the player to project reactions to onto the character. But what that usually winds up doing is making a story that's about everyone but the protagonists. There are like a very few games will subvert that, and the silent protagonist, ends up being really awesome in spite of never actually saying or doing anything. Like Chrono and Chrono Trigger is a good example. So is the protagonist of Persona 5. I'm trying to think of another one.
I think, like, honestly, it can be done well, but specifically in Twilight Princess, Link just has a really doofy look for most of the game, and with Midna being as large of a personality as she is, it really conflicts with it a bit, and like emphasizes how doofy Link can be. It's like something bad is happening, and Midna is making a huge deal out of it.
And Link just has the same blank look on his face.
Yeah, he just has this like blank stare.
It's the Pokemon Sun and Moon problem, where your character emotes like in two very scripted cutscenes, and the rest of the time when stuff's going on, they just have that blank smile on their face.
For the most part, Link is just here for the ride. Mm-hmm. And that kind of story can work.
No, it's worked plenty. Like if we step out of video games for a moment and go to the classy world of literature, like Sherlock Holmes, Watson is never important. He's just there for Holmes to exposit at. Also, Moby Dick as well. Ishmael doesn't do jack shit. All right, the story is not about him at all. He's just there because he's some smuck on a boat.
You don't have to even reach that. You don't even reach that far. I would to bring it back to video games. Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, but we're talking about good stories here, John. So.
Hey,
that's a good
story. Well, Tidus is.
Listen, if you guys got so much of a narrow vision that you can't see past the shit posts.
Tidus is less of a silent protagonist and more just a generic shonen hero who's there to be someone that everything gets explained to. But that
makes him a good vehicle for him to.
The Sherlock Holmes example doesn't entirely work because, well, Watson has more personality in the books than he does in pretty much anything else Sherlock related. Well, with the exception of the BBC show, but, well, I don't like the BBC show much. It's just that actor does a good job.
But have you seen the Will Ferrell movie?
The thing about the Sherlock Holmes stories, though, is that most of them are short stories, so the characters don't have a lot of room to have character-based fluff.
Yeah, but the point I'm just making is that the main character doesn't have to be the playable character.
Yeah.
They can be different, because Midna, for all intents and purposes, is the protagonist.
Yeah, but it's a different effect when you have that sort of character in a book or a movie, where there's just a character that's there as a viewing point for the audience, as opposed to a video game where no matter where the viewing point is, this is the character you're playing as, and if that character feels insignificant, well. That happens.
There's nothing you can do about Link being a piece of wood in this game. You can't ignore him.
Nice timing. You can't really. You're the hero who's getting stuff done, and if the hero who's getting stuff done doesn't feel sufficiently relevant, well, yeah.
I mean, Link is essentially just a pair of legs for a while.
Yeah.
Hello, Midna.
Well, they kind of try to do some stuff with... I think that's part of what the second half of the game with Ilya is trying to do. Is
trying
make Link,
is the key word.
Yeah, I mean, at least they are trying, because some games...
don't, yeah.
Yeah, some games don't at all, like...
that just goes back to my point where they need to just let Link talk and have a defined personality per game. I think it's just better in the long run if they make the Link more appropriate towards whatever game they're trying to do and have that be that. Because we see that on a base level with Wind Waker Link.
Yeah, Wind Waker Link was really good.
I mean, I don't think that it would be as controversial as many people think it would, because Samus has talked. Like, not even just in Other M, like in other games too. Samus talks in Fusion, she talks in
Super
Federation
Metroid.
Force.
She technically talks to Super Metroid in the
intro. It's more appropriate to say she has mental narration.
It's the same general point, though.
Yeah,
she has a defined voice.
Like, so if they can do it for Samus, they should be able to do it for Link. Or do, again, you brought up Sun and Moon, which is not a perfect example. But at the very least, that is your character, because you don't get to just customize their clothes. You get to customize their gender and skin color and eye color and all that, so they can feel more like you. And they can do it in their own Nintendo way, I'm sure. But
I don't know, though, but going back to Samus real quick, Samus got to do it a little bit earlier, so maybe that probably has something to do with it not being like a huge deal in the long run. But for Zelda, it's been so long.
Unfortunately, that just means that the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be, and it's best to just rip that Band-Aid off.
At this point, I think it probably would be a huge thing if that actually happened in a
yeah,
very
but you need to rip
way.
the Band-Aid off at some point.
Oh boy.
I think that we've been getting closer and closer to it because they put in voice acting in Breath of the Wild, which I think a lot of people thought that they would never do, ever.
Too bad it wasn't particularly good voice acting, but, you know.
It's not the
Baby
worst.
steps.
Oh,
It's
well, we would say baby steps with Super Mario Sunshine too, but whenever Nintendo gets criticized for bad voice acting, they seem to backpedal hard from it. So, yeah.
I mean, they're like, I'll defend some characters for Breath of the Wild. Zelda's voice actress, I think, does a phenomenal job. It's most of the side characters that I think are eh.
No, I disagree. I think all those sound so boring.
No, some of those end scenes, like those end memory scenes, can hit me pretty well. I think good, well, hard. I don't know, whatever. But it's more like Rivali and stuff like that I don't really care for. Although that's
obviously I like Rivali.
no, because Rivali's such an asshole.
Yeah, he's Falco.
That means he's doing his job.
He's
yeah.
essentially just Falco, but Zelda.
that was such a missed opportunity in Smash Ultimate to not have a Rivali skin for Falco.
Nintendo
I
kind of
agree.
needs to not half-ass it when they do the voice acting thing. Like, get some professionals in there and get some good talent.
I mean, look at Kid Icarus Uprising.
They did do well. I mean, that game wasn't not successful. It's just they don't want to make another one for whatever reason. Sorry.
No, I'm more talking about the voice actor front, where they can do it if they want. It's just a matter of, do they want to?
Yeah, it's just like they keep sort of trying to meet it halfway, where, you know, they have this case where they want.
I feel that I'm sorry to cut off, Lowe's, but I feel that in Kid Icarus's situation, they had a lot more leniency because Kid Icarus ain't Zelda. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but
yeah,
that's kind of they're kind of doing it backwards. They put all this effort into the voice acting of a game that they don't really care as much about. But then when they have this game where it's a huge risk to add the voice acting in, so you better sell it, they don't put the effort into selling it.
I think it's more that you are allowed to take those risks with something that's more out there, I guess is the point. Also, we suddenly have clothes now. That's cool. That's always that's like to get on topic for once. It's always been weird to me how they just give Link the outfit. Okay, Battlefield Earth jump cuts, sure, whatever.
I think this is the only one where they just randomly give him the outfit.
It's still bizarre, though. It's just like, here, have green clothes. Why?
What it is it's the first one where they're like, okay, this outfit has to be for the hero. The hero has to wear this weird green Peter Pan thing. Whereas in Wind Waker, they sort of played it as a joke, like, this is what the hero looked like, so we have this ceremony coming of age thing where where we make our boys wear this stupid outfit, and he just happens to still be wearing it when the shit hits the fan, so he wears it for the rest of the game.
I also do like how Wind Waker Link just was clearly not happy about it.
Yeah.
He puts it on and he's just like frowning up a storm. He's like, this is stupid.
Which is what makes like pajama mode even better, because it's like, I'm not wearing this stupid thing.
he just gives a no hue to Grandma.
Yeah, he's like, no.
Yeah. Whereas here, Link is literally just, hey, cool, I got gloves now, nice.
I have pants.
Wait, what? No, this is wrong. Link's not allowed to wear pants. So anyway, I think you can go back to the town now, but
there's no point.
Yeah, I actually wonder if they've got dialogue there specific for that section, or if they just borrow
I do think
some.
they do.
They do, yeah.
The only real reason to do it would be to go back to like buy a potion or something. Really, I can't think.
Well,
of
I go into the town and I talk to people. It's charming. I liked the townspeople in that little village enough to want to do that.